Okay, just going back to our starting screen, the question of the day is, how does a turkey drink her wine? And the answer, as confirmed by Michael, is with a goblet. So let's move on to our housekeeping. A lot of stuff here. Hopefully none of it is much of a surprise. Exam 3 will be released shortly. Professor Mushtaq and I worked on it diligently over the weekend. I don't think it's not substantially harder than any one you've done so far. It's going to be an awful lot like a homework. We're making a few minor finishing touches on it now. Iterating back and forth between the two of us is actually a good way to get something that's not impossible, but yet is challenging. So hopefully we've reached that point. There have been some questions on, given we've promised to drop exam 1 for those of you for whom it hurts your average in the class, how exactly are we going to calculate the exam scores? Well, this is how we plan to do it. The exams, and this is, the final exam by itself is worth 20 points, so that's not included here. The final exam will just go in as a straight 20% of your grade. But there's two ways we're going to calculate it. We're going to calculate it the way we specify in the syllabus, which is the 6, 12, 12, weighting the first 3 exams, 6 points, 12 points, and 12 points. The 6 will be whatever your lowest exam is, and the 2 12s will be your highest exams. We'll calculate your exam average that way, and then we will also calculate your exam average taking that first initial exam as a 0 and doing 15, 15 for the other 2. So whichever way gives you the highest exam average is the one that will be used, and that will be, if you add those up, that comes out to be 30% or 30 points on your average. All right, if there are any questions on that, we will address them. In fact, we're going to address a lot of questions today, I think. Today we're going to call the holiday wrap-up. Since we didn't actually have exam 3 on exam 3 day, it means we held class on exam 3 day. And that means we are 1 lecture ahead of the curve, ahead of the normal schedule. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take some time. I kind of left you guys hanging on the merge sort. We're going to go back. We're going to revisit the merge sort. We're going to revisit binary search a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit more about order of n and order of log n and order of n squared and n log n bounds on routines, just to give you a better intuition for those. And then, I'll cover the merge sort. I'll cover, binary search a little bit more. And then we'll just kind of open it up. I posted over the weekend the study guides that we would have given you for exam 3. It's probably important to go over those in the context of you do have a final exam coming up. We haven't determined the format of the final exam yet. We want to see how this exam goes. If this exam goes smoothly, we will weigh that when we're deciding exactly how to run the final. So today, we're going to basically do you know what? That's not fitting on my screen. Oh well. Today we're going to basically do, finish up our recursion, finish up our sorting and our searching. There is no lab this week. That's because you have Wednesday off. We can't have labs. We can't have Tuesday labs if Wednesday can't share in them. So there is no lab this week. You get a break. As of right now, you shouldn't have any homework due. That should have been gone. We will, however, have homework, or have the exam 3 coming out very quickly. So anyway, that's kind of the way it sits. Next Monday, we're going to get into, let's see. Yes, there is still the lab due tonight. Sorry about that. Thanks, Kristen. It means the final is currently up in the air. We don't know what it's going to look like. We are weighing the experiences that we've had on all of the other exams and trying to decide which one we want to replicate or how close we want to replicate any of them. Okay, so finally, if you look at our pop this up here for a second. Yeah, if you look at our schedule, we're sitting right here. Today's the day we're supposed to do sorting. We will wrap it up today. And then you'll see that next Monday we're supposed to do TK Inter. Well, what we've decided is that recursion is a more important topic, and it will actually help you on your homework 3. So you should take a look at your homework 3 over Thanksgiving break, but you can expect that when you come back on that Monday, we are going to address recursion instead of TK Inter. We're going to do that because it'll make some of the other stuff you need to do a little easier, and then TK Inter will be moved to the Thursday lecture instead. And I think that's all that I actually had for you in terms of this today. All right? Any questions that Kristen hasn't already answered?
One question I did want to directly ask you is, and I don't think it was clearly mentioned in the chat, is will we still have that submittee check like that we do when we have homeworks? Like it tells us the auto grader basically. Will we still have that available to us? Because sometimes when I run my code with the examples given, it shows like completely perfect, but then there's quite something I didn't catch, and the auto grader marks me off.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is this is going to be an exam in a homework kind of fashion. There will be 3 sets of points. The first will be the normal auto-graded points that you guys are used to. That'll account for about a third, give or take, of the exam points available. The second set will be a set of additional tests that we write using different inputs. You will not see the results of that. You won't see the points. You won't see how your code runs. So you're going to need to test your code and make sure it works correctly. And then the final third will be manual points given out by the TAs and verified by us. Okay, so there'll be 3 components. 2 of them will be auto-graded. One set you'll be able to see. The second set you won't be able to see. And then there'll be the manual grades as well, where they'll take a look at everything.
When will the auto grader open up? Will that open up like during Thanksgiving break? Like, no. Will that already be open? What?
No.
Nope.
It'll be open sometime next week.
Will the examples be? Will we at least have examples to test with?
It's just going to be like a regular homework as far as that looks. So when you get the homework sheet, there will be examples of what we're expecting for output, and those will probably be largely the stuff you'll be able to see in the
okay
in the auto grader, the free open points that you'll be able to see in the auto grader. But yeah, we always give you sample outputs. We don't. It's too hard to expect you to do exact output without giving you an example ahead of time. All right.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's having it in auto grader just lets us know what we're doing wrong, like extra space and stuff like that. It's mainly the stuff like that. So I'm good with what's currently in place.
Okay, good. All right. Let's see. Anything else? If not, let's go back and start.